Well, that's an interesting observation. It's related to what I said about Zuckerberg at the start, and that is he doesn't think or act or talk like the CEO of a media company, does he?
Well, he's not. He's the CEO of a platform. And platforms facilitate the third-party posting of content without moderation or very small amount of moderation. And it's not up to Facebook or Twitter to decide what that content entails, as long as it's not against the law. So it's not child trafficking or actual terrorism, although there are blue chick Twitter marks up there who are terrorists, so give me a break, it's not about safety. Even Mark Zuckerberg's words about how he was saying, oh, I don't want to control what's truth. Well, that's exactly what he did. If he wanted to have the FBI taking down content, he should have told them to come back with a warrant or with an order from the court that this is an illegal content and must be taken down. The idea that he will subvert the conversation without any kind of trial or legal proof means that he is acting, or his company is acting, in an editorial fashion.
Exactly.
That's the crossing line.
And in the United States, that is one hell of a line to cross. I mean, I find it fascinating that both Meta and the FBI are so only mildly concerned about this, because the First Amendment essentially bans laws that abridge free speech. Now, should that include the FBI telling Facebook not to publish details that could damage the prospects of a presidential candidate?
You've got to be really careful here, because the First Amendment is often confused in this debate, and it's actually not related to the social media debate. So social media debates are governed by platform, Section 230 immunity, and the Good Samaritan Clause. They're not involved in the right to free speech. So when a platform behaves like an editor, they are supposed to lose their protection from litigation about the third-party content that is posted. And so the only conversation here surrounds, did they act like editors? And if so, do we rescind their protection as platforms rather than publications?
I'd say the answer is in the affirmative in both. They act like editors, and the FBI, as a representative of the government, has told them what to publish. So First Amendment be damned.
That's absolutely right. So as soon as they stop being platforms, well, then they should have been sat down and said, okay, it's fine. If you want to be a news platform, we're okay with that. But you then have to obey the platform, the news publication rules that everybody else has to obey. And there's no way the model of social media can survive in an editorial environment where they are liable for what is posted by the billions of people who are on these social media platforms.
Well, here's an even more intriguing aspect to this incident. How did the FBI even know that there was going to be an expose of this laptop anyway?
Well, the FBI's got a really poor track record. I mean, they just got done with all the Russia collusion, which was total nonsense, and there was no apology for subverting social media for the Russian collusion rubbish, which also had an impact on presidential public perception of the president and the administration. So that was interference in and of itself. Having learned nothing, the FBI came back and went, oh, the potential president's son, let's just keep this story quiet, even though there was no reason to suspect that Biden dropping off his laptop in some kind of who knows fit to get fixed had anything to do with Russia. It's ridiculous to think it did. So what did they how did they come to this conclusion that it was Russian interference, and when have they ever proved that that was going to be the case?